Hi, I'm Mitch Mitchell. I'm doing this video before the election on Tuesday night, so I'm actually doing it on Monday night, even though the election's Tuesday and this video is not going out till Thursday. I'm doing this video because I feel the need to address business owners, business leaders, and some of the stuff that folks have been saying over time. You know, this has been a really ugly election. And the truth of the matter is, the 2008 election was just as bad. When Barack Obama was running for president, and he wasn't my first choice, by the way, because I really didn't know who he was. But when he was running for president, I saw some of the most racist stuff or bigoted stuff that people were saying in regards to him. And, you know, let's face fact here. He was the first true black candidate to run as a presidential candidate, and people just lost their minds. There were people who were wondering, well, was he born in the country? Was he Muslim? Who cares? I mean, born in the country, he wouldn't have been able to do a lot of things if he hadn't been born in the country, so that was idiotic. Was he Muslim? Well, you know what? I'm not one of those people who hate someone based on religion. I don't really follow a religion. Okay, I don't follow religion at all. I don't actually trust religion. And you know what? A lot of people who are religious are showing me why I shouldn't trust it. Still, you were going to call him this Muslim. And come on, people. You know, we're supposed to be a land where religion, freedom of religion is supposed to be one of the tenets. It is one of the tenets in the Constitution. And so if you were going to put that down and you were going to say all these other kind of things, what were you going to say about me? So I had a big problem with the racism in 2008. There were a lot of videos. There's a lot of people who were putting stuff on Twitter at the time who I was connected to, and I dropped every single one of those people. I've never talked to those people again. So we get to 2016, and you know what? We just got to tell it like it is. There have been some things that one of the candidates is known for that people have said, well, that's not so bad. Well, that's not so bad. Are you kidding me? Here's the thing. You can support a candidate because you believe in the policies overall. You can support a candidate because you say you want to support your party. You know what? No one can really fault you for that. But if you're going to tell me that basically saying to people that because you're rich and you're well known that you can basically molest any woman you want to and get away with it and feel good about that, no, that's a bad thing. Having a lot of lawsuits against you for discrimination against minorities, that's a bad thing. Basically going on your tour or whatever and using racism as a way to get votes, that's a bad thing. Now, that's the candidates. You know what? We're moving away from that. Let's get to business. So here you are. You're a business owner. You're a small business owner. You own the printing press, one of the printing presses in town. I don't even know if there are still printing presses. Let's go with that. So you own a printing press in your town, and you're following this candidate, and you've read some of these things, and you say, well, women deserve it anyway. Do you really think that anyone really wants to be seen in your business and wants to do work with you anymore? No, no one wants to see that. If you work in a bank and you say stuff like that, or you dismiss things that people have said, well, you know, people talk about women like that all the time. And a big part of your business is women. Do you really think that women are going to feel safe now coming into the bank or want to even deal with you? You know, we're in this period now. There's so many examples where you don't get to say something in certain places online and say, well, I'm just saying it. It doesn't really mean anything. Of course it does. That's what you're made of. That is your personality. That's you being you. And the you who is not afraid to say that in places like LinkedIn, which is supposed to be for business. I mean, really, this is the reason you go to LinkedIn. You don't go to LinkedIn to be Facebook, even though LinkedIn wants to be Facebook. That's not why you go to LinkedIn. You go there for business. You go there to try to network with other people to get business. Then this is the kind of thing you see from people, or those are people, even if you agree with them. Do you want to be seen with those people in your community and have other people say, well, how can you work with that person? Oh, well, they do good work. Oh, so you're going to excuse all the bad behavior. You're going to excuse the fact that they're saying that, well, it's okay to molest a 15-year-old because you're a billionaire. Well, I didn't say that. Well, but you know what? Your billionaire candidate is going to trial for possibly molesting a 15-year-old. You know what? Policy is one thing. behavior is another. And if you support a candidate and you dismiss behavior, then you are in trouble. If you're in business, you've just basically killed your business. If you're working for someone and they decide to fire you for it, you get what you deserve. That happens all the time. I like to say that, there is freedom of speech if you're willing to deal with the consequences. But let's not be stupid. You don't get to be openly racist. You don't get to be openly misogynistic and then expect, well, no one's going to really care. People care. Someone's going to care. There was one guy, I don't really know who he was, but he wrote some tongue-in-cheek thing on some article about women wearing yoga pants, which I didn't even know what those were until I went to ask someone, saying women shouldn't wear yoga pants, women should wear this, should wear this, should wear this. And he just thought it was a tongue-in-cheek thing until the women said that they were going to put a protest together and go by his house. All of a sudden, he wasn't so happy that his article made the newspaper. And he was saying, please don't protest my house. Please don't do this. They did it. And he was an idiot for doing it because you're a man trying to tell women how they should dress. It's not your place to do it. This is not that kind of world anymore where you can hold those certain types of thoughts and then express them and think that it's going to benefit you. Actually, it might, but you're going to get a lot more hate than you're going to get a benefit. Now, if you don't care, if really all you need is 3 or 5 people a year to do business and you want people who totally believe only like you do, then go for it. You know what? Have a good time. I wish you well. Tongue in cheek. But the majority of us aren't like that. Now, you have to take a position. I take a position. I don't like racism in any sense of the word. And truthfully, I don't think Trump is racist. I think he's a bigot. And there's a major difference because I think Trump would sue his mother to get property if he thought that she was preventing him from making billions. So he's more of a bigot. So I'm going to give him credit for that. Calling him a racist really doesn't really work for me. But I think that, if you're going to do certain things like that and you're willing to deal with the consequences, you do it. But I just can't really understand why businesses do that. That's going to be what my presentation is about on Friday. Businesses need to check themselves. You cannot separate you from your business when you're a small business. You can't separate you from any other business if you happen to be an employee in a position where you can be seen. Maybe if you're working down in the mailroom, and I'm not denigrating mailroom, but you know what? You're probably not dealing with the customers on a regular basis or whatever. So if you're talking among your buddies down there, maybe you get away with that. But if you're one of those people who, when people call in, they talk to you on the phone, or if you're at any other level where is a possibility that your name could be considered as one of the faces of the organization, and you're out somewhere and you say something like that, or you do something and you lose your job because of it, that's just it. That's just how life works. Remember, there was a guy, I think he was of Mozilla, the people who make Firefox, where he got the top job and then they found out that he had basically supported an organization that was against gay people being able to get married, and he donated millions of dollars to this organization. And Mozilla organization is known as one of the most liberal organizations, and they tracked this guy down, and he said, well, that shouldn't impede the job that I can do. It did. He had that job, I think, for a month and a half, and they booted him out. That's just how stuff works. So I think that when we get to this point, we really need to kind of watch what you say in general. Don't be hating on people. If you're going to support, you support. If you want to hate, you might just want to temper that hate just a little bit. Yes, it's hate. I'm calling it out. It's hate. But you know what? Nothing says I'm always right. So let me know what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I'm not afraid to take on these topics. Trust me, I'm really not afraid to talk to you. I've had a lot of situations in my life. Let's talk. Support or no, I'm willing to talk with you. No bad language though, because y'all know I will get rid of a comment in a heartbeat if it's bad language. No name calling. If we can talk to each other, say whatever you want to. If we can't, it'll be gone and I won't miss it. So let me know your thoughts. This is Mitch Mitchell. I think this is a very important topic. Let's talk about it. Y'all take care.